All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Well, excuse me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Horseshoe Talk. Monday, October 24th, 2022. Got a lot to talk about today. Some big news broke for the Colts. We'll get to that. We'll talk yesterday's loss. And I think Frank Reich's the seat is pretty hot right now.
I think so, too. Probably the general manager, too.
Yeah. I'm joined by Tony Gonzalez. Well, let's talk about the loss first yesterday. I know we didn't get to watch it because we was at a wrestling show, but I've seen some highlights. Turnovers killed us, basically. I mean, we take care of the football, we win that game.
Yeah, probably. I mean, our defense played pretty well, really. I mean, we did give up I know Henry probably got about, I think it was 130 yards rushing, so he ran pretty close to that. So he ran the ball pretty well. But other than that, our defense played pretty well and held them to field goals for the most part, other than that touchdown that they got on a interception. And then another time we were driving on our side of the field to score, and he threw an interception too. So, yeah, we, I guess that's what caused the quarterback change. His interceptions. He threw pretty. I mean, he had a decent amount of. Didn't have a lot of incompletions. Just the 2 turnovers is what killed him. And I didn't like the fact that we didn't run the football. Taylor ran the ball 10 times for 58 yards. That's a 5.8 average. Shouldn't Taylor be getting more like 20 carries at least?
Yes.
Now, he did have 7 catches, but only for 23 yards. That's nothing. And Hines had about 5 catches, but for not a lot of yards either. So,
yeah, they didn't play very good. Turnovers is what killed us. So, and Taylor has to touch the ball more than 10 times a game.
I think we've got a top 10 defense, but we've got a bottom, definitely on the bottom half of the offense, maybe 28th, 29th on offense. So we got to fix that. And the offensive line, maybe maybe a little better, but it's still got to do better. It's got to open up more holes for the running. And now we're going to do a quarterback change. I guess Matt Ryan is done with the Indianapolis Colts, I would assume, period. So it looks like, at least. And new starter is going to be Sam Ehlinger. So Ehlinger's a bigger, stronger guy, a lot younger, move better. Now, whether he can make the right decisions on the field, whether he can handle the pressure, that's a totally different story. Yeah, we're going to find out.
He looked good in the preseason, but that's preseason. It's totally different.
Yes.
I thought this would happen, but I didn't think it would happen this soon. I thought this could happen if we were having a bad year and maybe once we was out of playoff contention, but we're still in contention for the division. Yes. So it kind of surprised me they done it this early.
Well, I think one thing they may be looking at, Chris, I hate to say it, but these first 8 games was the easiest part of our schedule. The schedule's going to get a lot tougher, and I don't think they've seen enough they didn't think they seen enough out of Ryan to go further. And then supposedly now Ryan's injured too, so I guess it wouldn't have made much difference. But I thought there was something weird when a week or two ago when they put Ehlinger as a number 2 quarterback.
Yeah,
maybe we should have seen this coming, as a strong possibility if things didn't go well. Probably if Ryan didn't play good the week before, it may have been done then.
Well, the thing is, if you look at his numbers, Ryan was 33 of 44 for 243 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. It was the turnovers. You don't turn the ball over twice. That's a good stat line.
Yeah.
But the other problem is we shouldn't be throwing the ball 45 times. That's not the formula for success for the Colts with Matt Ryan as the quarterback. You're not, and if even with the rookie Sam Ellinger, we don't want him throwing 45 times.
No, they had it. We won that game 2 weeks ago, and he threw the ball 68 times or something like that. That's way too much.
We have one of the best running backs in the league, and we're not using them.
He ran the ball 10 times. That don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And we wasn't that. We was within 6 points late into the fourth quarter. So
it wasn't like you were way behind.
We went down 2 or 3 touchdowns. So it don't make that don't make any sense to me. I don't know. I know Paris Campbell had a pretty good game. Had I think 10 catches for about 70 yards. A lot of short passes. I know Pittman came out and called out the team, called out the coach, and at that time Matt Ryan, and said, "You guys got to trust us more. You got to throw the ball. You got to trust us." So, but I mean, I think they're throwing the ball. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not throwing. Maybe he thinks they're covered and they're not throwing it to them, and they're dumping them off to short little passes and only getting. Because I mean, Taylor caught 7 passes, but 23 yards. That's less than 3 yards a pass, or about just a little over 3 yards a pass. Yeah. So I hope Ellinger does well. I hope he's the answer for the Colts. I mean, the getting these last 2 veterans that we've got has not worked. Now, the way that I feel bad for Ryan because the offensive line plays so terrible to start the season.
Yeah.
They did, and I think that them first 3 or 4 games was the offensive line's fault. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it went on Ryan. I know. I agree.
The last game, I guess it has to go more on Ryan. And when you have just as many interceptions as you got touchdowns, and he's had a lot of fumbles too. Mm-hmm. It's going. You're getting paid a lot of money, and they expected to come in to.
He leads the league in fumbles.
Yeah, and to fix the thing, and it wasn't fixed. So I guess Matt Ryan's done, and we move on, and hopefully.
Actually, I'm kind of excited to see what he can do because it's time to get a young QB. If Ellinger, let's find out if Ellinger's the guy. If he's not the guy, we're gonna have to go in the draft and get one, or we're gonna have to find one in free agency or something.
Yep.
But we got to quit bringing in these old guys. Yeah. Rivers, I wish Rivers would have played one more year because I thought that team was gelling pretty good.
Yeah, it was starting to gel. I was never a Rivers fan. I that's just my opinion. I thought he threw a lot of high passes. I just
but we went to the playoffs when we had him.
We did,
and look what we've had with Wentz and Ryan. True. I thought Ryan was going to be better than Wentz, and honestly, Wentz didn't play bad last year. They had that collapse. That wasn't all.
No, that was a team collapse. Yeah. But Wentz did nothing at Washington. They lost. He's injured now, but he lost favor there too. So
Yeah, I don't understand that because he's a talented guy, but for some reason.
Well, the bottom line is you're a quarterback getting paid a lot of money now. All the quarterbacks are pretty much making a lot of money. If you don't win, you ain't gonna have a job. That's pretty much the way it is.
Yeah. Oh man, I wonder how close Irsay is to firing Reich.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it'll just be Reich. I think the general manager could be gone too.
Yeah, I mean, team. I don't know. At times, I mean, we beat the Chiefs. We can play at that level, but then we can't beat.
Well, that was a lot. That was our defense more than an offense. I mean, the offense ended up getting the job done at the end, but our defense is what did that game. Our defense is the top 10 defense. I really believe that.
Well, they didn't give up a touchdown yesterday.
Yeah, it's a shame that we're wasting this defense right now. But the thing of it is, Chris, I mean, we're saying Kansas City is probably a top 2 team, and we beat them.
Yeah.
Buffalo had some struggles. A game got blown out by a team that nobody thought they'd get blown out by. So I mean, there's a lot of parity in the league.
Yes.
I hope that Ellinger can come in and we get on a hot streak and win 3 or 4 games in a row. But I know the back end of our schedule is a tougher schedule.
Yeah, I like that they're doing it because we're finally going to find out you've had him there long enough. We got to find out if he has it.
Well, that's his 3rd year. I mean,
and if you don't have it, then you move on. But I just didn't see it happening this soon. He's doing a show and Dustin said some breaking news, and I had no idea it was going to be about the Colts. I was like, wow. But I did thought it was kind of weird when they moved him up to number 2. But now Foles is going to be the backup. Yep. And they're saying they were going to do this. This was already the plan before they found out about Ryan's injury.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. Whether that's, I mean, to me, that's kind of a way that where they're saying all they're doing is kind of making it more like they didn't really replace him because he was injured, but he's not. But they've already said Ellinger's going to be starting for the rest of the season, so I think they were just doing that maybe to try to save his little face.
But Chris, I mean, let's be honest on this situation. We went in with a very inexperienced wide receiver core.
Yeah,
our offensive line played terrible. So for people to want to put it all on Matt Ryan, and I'm not saying Ryan played good, I'm not saying played great or anything, but to put all that on Matt Ryan is bullshit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, we went in with. I mean, yeah, our receivers are starting to play a little better now. But the first 2 or 3 games, they couldn't get open. We would, you know, and when I guess the main difference did get open because the offensive line couldn't block nobody.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of times he'd take his third step back and he was getting hit.
So
So what? Yeah, it wasn't all right.
I don't have a problem with the change. I mean, you need to win games, and you're trying to get in the playoffs. So I don't have a problem with the change. But for people to just say it was all Matt and Ryan, that's not Matt Ryan's fault. That's not true. It's not a true statement.
No, because when he had. Because when he has time, he can complete some passes. I mean, he still throw the ball and throw it pretty accurately too. But you have to have some time because he's not mobile.
I know in the preseason
he's not mobile. That's something that Ellinger's going to have that we didn't have. Is Ellinger's a lot more athletic and more. Well, he's younger. I mean, Ryan's getting old. We're getting older, I should say. So it's going to be interesting. I'm actually excited for the game Sunday just to see what it looks like. See if our offense. But you never know. It could give the offense a spark.
Washington's not a terrible team. They held Green Bay. I mean, I know Green Bay is not their normal Green Bay right now, but they held Green Bay to not a lot of points.
I heard a little bit of the press conference that they played like a clip of it on one of the sports talk shows I was listening to in the car, and Reich was saying how they've always thought Ellinger had something special, but he had really been impressing them this year, and that he felt like he done everything he could with Ryan, and that he thinks this will be the spark, might be a spark that the team needs.
The bottom line is he's trying to save his job.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Trying to save his old ass.
Trying to save his job.
I mean, because bottom line, if Ellinger don't come through, Ryan's gone.
Right. Yeah, and
maybe the general manager too.
Yeah, maybe Ballard. Which I thought Ballard was doing a good job. But we should have got a veteran receiver.
Yes. But a lot of me and you called for Julio Jones, and he's played 1 game. So I mean, that wouldn't have been the right choice either.
No.
So it's not.
Yeah. And that quarterback, you keep getting these older guys that are mobile.
I mean, Paris Campbell
once was mobile.
Paris Campbell is starting to show what he could be.
Yeah, I think Paris Campbell is going to be a good.
The last 2 or 3 games, he's got like 17 or 18 receptions, so he's starting to show something. Pearson showed a little something. So I think that we got a couple young receivers there that could be something. But and I think Pittman's pretty good. I think he's real good. I think he could be a true number 1. But I think another good route runner, a veteran, would mean a lot.
I think with Pierce on the other side, and then you put Campbell in the slot, and you have, if you could get another veteran receiver, you could.
But this
pretty damn good.
This last game, our tight ends had been stepping up. Last game, our tight ends had 2 catches.
Yes, insane. I was looking. The Colts ran the ball a total of 17 times. Total.
Yes. That, to me, it should be a pretty much 50-50 thing.
Time of possession was basically equal. Colts had 1 more first down than Tennessee. Colts had more yards than Tennessee, but it was the 3 turnovers. Tennessee had 0. We had 3.
We had 3. I know we had 2 interceptions. We had a fumble too.
I'm not sure. The stats just say it was 3 turnovers. I think he did lose a fumble. I know he leads the league in fumbles. He fumbled. I don't know how many times he fumbled the damn snap.
Yep. They had a lot of issues there. I don't know whose fault it was every time, but there was a lot of issues between the center and the quarterback on that.
Do you think Ellinger can get us in the playoffs? That's what's, you know what I mean?
It's a lot to ask of it. I mean, I know he's not your typical rookie because he's been with the team for 3 years, but Chris, at this point, he can't play.
It can't be no worse.
Yeah,
I mean we're averaging under 13 points a game, so it can't
Yeah,
get much worse.
No, so yeah, I mean, and we got a good defense. If he can stabilize things again, like you said, if he can move around the pocket and help prolong plays, that could make the difference. It could.
And we got to remember he was a good quarterback in college.
Yeah,
It wasn't like I mean, he's a talented guy.
And they say he's pretty accurate, so that's going to be key. So we'll see. I hope he does well. I don't think the Colts are. I mean, if he plays well, there's nothing to say that they're done yet. It does hurt using.
Yeah, because now you have to have a better record in Tennessee.
See,
you can't tie them.
That's the thing about the NFL, Chris. If they win that game yesterday, and let's say Ryan's not hurt, we're not talking about this. That's how fragile, things can be. How volatile things can be. Because right now, if the Colts instead of being 3-3, they'd be 4-2-1.
Yeah.
With a win over, they'd be in first place alone, and with not necessarily advantage over Tennessee, but as long as they have a better record in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Because because Jacksonville's now what 2-5.
I believe so.
They lost. And Texans, I think, only won 2 games. So
that's the thing. We haven't had a real good game yet. Other than against the Chiefs, we played pretty good. But other than that, we haven't played to what I think our potential could be. And we're still, and with the division being so bad right now, we're still in it.
But you look at our defense played really well against KC. Played really good against Tennessee this game. Played really good against Denver. Our defense is stepping up. That's a sad part.
Played pretty good against Jacksonville, the game we won. They got a couple big plays.
All we needed was to beat Tennessee. Was score 20 points, and if we don't do the turnovers, probably less than that.
Yep.
You take away that pick 6.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I hope Ellinger does well. I think it sucks for Matt Ryan's career to end like this because I would say he's probably done.
Yeah.
I don't think any other team will. I mean, I could be wrong.
I figure he might. What he'll probably end up doing is sign a one-day contract with Atlanta so he can retire Falcon.
And I think that sucks because I think he was a real talent. In my opinion, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. That's my opinion. I don't know if he'll get it or not. I think he should.
He has the numbers to be it. Whether he gets it because he didn't win no Super Bowls, but he has the numbers. He passed. I'm pretty sure he passed Dan Marino in the all-time passing yards.
Yeah, the Colts against our next game against Washington. That's one thing that came alive for them was McLaren. Heineke and McLaren had a connection last year, and Wentz and McLaren never got going. And this game, McLaren got going again. Also, they got a decent running game. Their defense ain't terrible. I'm not saying it's the best defense in the league, but it's a decent defense.
I expect this game against Washington to be a low-scoring game. But I think defenses are going to cause trouble for the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'd say 40, maybe 40 points, 41 points, 42 points at the most.
Oh, right there was that pick 6. Where the hell were you throwing the ball, dude? There was 2 Titans there.
Yes, that was some of the issues.
There's 2 guys there. I mean, that throw made no sense at all.
Seen a lot of that this year, a lot of games. But what about these damn Seahawks?
Yeah, hey, Seahawks are looking good. They could mess around and maybe win the NFC West.
I know. They could be dangerous because nobody thought they were going to be doing this, and they're getting more and more confidence.
And Geno Smith is playing is balling.
Yes, he is. I mean, definitely.
He's definitely changing his legacy and his career path.
Comeback player of the year, probably.
Yeah, probably. If he keeps doing what he's doing, yeah.
I just heard
Matt Ryan has a grade 2 separation of his shoulder.
I can't remember what team it was. Just heard that they got Marlon Mack. I don't think it was the Jets. Got Marlon Mack off San Francisco's practice squad. He wasn't even on
I don't know. He must have not came back from that injury very well because he was one of the best running backs in the league before he got hurt.
Yeah, he was pretty good, and he's done nothing.
It was between him and Ezekiel Elliott were right there and Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
They were like the top 3, and then he got hurt, and
it's been over.
He never came back.
No. I can't remember now what team it was, but
because we went and drafted Taylor. I like that rookie Jackson. I like Jackson. He runs the ball hard.
He got 2 carries.
He runs the ball hard. He can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. But he's a pretty big dude.
Yes.
I think he'd be a good 1-2 punch with Taylor.
Yes. I don't disagree.
I think they need to use Hines more out in the slot. I don't understand. The guy is a playmaker. Give him the ball in space and let him work.
Yep.
He's not hand it off and run up the middle guy. That's not his game.
Yeah, I don't think he's big enough that he could run the ball 20, 25 times a game.
No. But with his skill set, he don't need to.
No. But he's more back in the day, more of a third down back. But like you said, you could put him in the slot and play him more.
They're supposed to have this package for him. We kept hearing about in the preseason.
I didn't see nothing.
We got this scheme for Naeem Hines. We're going to see some new stuff. I ain't seen nothing different.
Nope.
All I've been seeing is the quarterback getting hit. He's taking a beating. Bay. He's getting paid good money.
Yep.
Now he's going to get paid good money and not even play.
Yep.
Sucks that he hurt his shoulder. I don't know. I wonder when he hit his shoulder. I wonder if that guy might be right. In that last game, not yesterday, but the game before, Jaguars, when on that game-winning drive, that throw he made, he took a nasty hit.
Yeah, he did.
And he landed a little weird. That might have been when he hurt his shoulder. So he might have been hurt. He might have been hurt going into this game.
It could have been.
Because I didn't, I didn't even think about it. But when he mentioned that, it's like, yeah, you're right. He did take a hell of a hit when he threw that game-winning touchdown. And I actually watched the replay. You can tell he lands a little weird. So he might have been hurt and tried to play last week.
Yeah, just try to play through it. Hell, he may not tell nobody. Guys like him, tough guys like that.
and think about it. That might have been why they decided to go ahead and put Ellinger at 2. Because maybe they thought he might not make it through that whole game yesterday. So elevated Ellinger to the backup. You know what I mean? That kind of makes sense if that's what happened, because they moved Ellinger up and moved Foles down.
Yeah.
And then now they're moving Foles back up with Ellinger. So I wonder if he didn't hurt it on that play and he was just like he was battling through it. He probably took a pain shot and tried to battle through it.
I say another reason they may be doing this move, and now that he was hurt, might have been, but it's a home game.
Yeah.
So he's going to have the crowd behind him. He's not going on the road for his first start. So that makes sense.
And Washington isn't like a powerhouse team. It's not like he's starting his first start against the Chiefs or the Bills or somebody like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're going to do it, I guess, against Washington's probably because like you said, rest of our schedule starts going up.
Yep.
So I guess this would probably be the right time unless you do it like on the bye week. I'm not even sure what week we have a bye.
I'm not sure.
But it's going to be interesting. Are they going to try to get rid of Ryan, see if any team wants him, or if he's just going to just kind of disappear?
Well, some people think he's out for the year. So a lot of people think that they're going to try to buy him out of his contract at the end of the year. That's what I've been reading.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that's what they've done. The offensive line has to play. If they protect Ellinger, I think he will be fine. Because I watched him play a lot in college and stuff. He can throw the ball. He's athletic, but the offensive line don't give you time. It don't matter who's back there.
Yeah, I've seen Ellinger play a lot. I watched a lot of that conference. I watched the Big Ten conference, and I don't know why. I watched a lot of Fox games at that time, and they during that time, and I seen a lot of Texas play. So he's not a bad quarterback.
No, and I watched him a little bit of him in the preseason, and like I said, he looked good. But I know preseason is totally different than regular season. So I'm not saying. I'm just saying though. But he did look good. He looked like a capable quarterback.
He looked accurate, and I think that's what they liked about him. That he was really accurate this year. So we'll see. We're going to find out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm ready for it. Sunday. They play at 1, right?
I believe so. We'll see how he does after he gets hit in the mouth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1. Let's see. Pretty sure it starts at 1 o'clock. Let's see right here. No, Colts and Commanders play at 4:25.
Oh, really?
Yep. We got the 4:25 game. Cardinals play at 1 against the Vikings.
Okay, that's weird that we got a home game and it's going to be
Yep.
4.
Yep. It's going to be on Fox. We don't get many home games on Fox. They must thought these two teams were going to be pretty good to put us on that 4 o'clock. So they usually put, especially on Fox, they try to have a good game there at that 4 o'clock. So that used to be when
49ers, Rams.
Yeah, it's pretty good games. But we play at 4 o'clock on a Sunday.
Patriots Jets game might be interesting.
Signing Matt Ryan just to bench him is the nail in the coffin. That should get Frank fired. It could get Frank and Chris Ballard fired. Going with Matt Ryan, it really could. I think it's going to. Hope, and that's why another reason Frank's doing this move. It's either he's trying to save his job, or Jim Irsay told him, "You're starting Ellinger." One of the two.
I think that's got a lot to do with it. I think he was told to move Ellinger to the second spot. And
no, Drunk said maybe I'm tripping, but I thought Sam Ellinger already had his chance last year. Last year they put in Hoyer.
Yep.
They put in Hoyer when Wentz missed that game, and Hoyer threw the ball like 4 times and threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, Ellinger's never played a regular season game.
Yeah, that was a Hoyer. They had Hoyer last year as their backup. Then they went and got Foles.
Remember, they signed that one guy from Washington, and he didn't make the cut. Remember, they drafted that guy from Washington College.
Yeah, Eason,
and he never panned out at all. Evidently,
so I just don't understand how you look at the team and say Matt Ryan is for sure the problem. Matt Ryan wasn't.
Total problem.
He wasn't total problem. He's kind of being the scapegoat on this because the offensive line didn't do him no favors. He was getting especially the first 3-4 games. He was getting sacked 5-6 times a game, and getting hit almost. It seemed like almost every throw. He was either hit or hurried about every throw. So, it wasn't all his problem. And if the offensive line keeps playing that same way, they've played a little bit better the last 2 games. Against the Jags, he didn't get sacked at all. Then I think he got sacked 3 times yesterday. So still 3. I mean, you still don't want that. But if they don't block for Ellinger, it's going to be the same. We're going to have the same issues.
The only thing Ellinger would be a little more mobile.
Yeah, Ellinger's going to be more mobile. It's going to be interesting to see how it works because you just never know what you're getting from a young guy. How many years Matt Ryan got left on his contract? I think he signed a 2-year deal.
I think so.
So I think we have him signed for next year as well. I'm pretty sure when they got him, it was a 2-year deal.
I believe so. Yeah, I think so.
And there might be an option. I'm not sure.
Everything I read, that they would probably try to buy him out after the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably will because I don't know if anybody's, you know what I mean, if any team's going to be interested in him to get anything for him. Did we trade for him? I don't think we traded for him. We just signed him, I think.
I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know it was a 2-year. I can't remember if there was an option for like player option or team option on that other year. But I don't think there was. I think it was just 2 years. I think that if they want to get rid of him, not to buy him out.
I thought we just signed him. I thought the trade was when we got Wentz.
Yeah, I think so.
But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Somebody's going to get fired because Jim Irsay believes he has a team that can compete, and that's not happening.
Well, that's one thing he got sold a bill of goods because the wide receiver position, you had all these young guys. I mean, Paris Campbell's basically a rookie. He only played one or 2 games.
He's always hurt.
And then you got Pierce as a rookie, which he's starting to come along. But I mean, you went out there with not proven tight ends, and Yeah, and Mo Cox is the only proven tight end you had, and he ain't done much this year other than one game.
No, you're right, 100% right. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that Pierce is going to end up being.
I think
he's going to be good for us.
I think Pierce will be good.
He can make contested catches. He's
Paris Campbell's starting to come around if he stays healthy. But he's starting to come around, and of course I like the other kid, the main receiver,
Pittman.
Pittman, I like Pittman, but I mean you didn't have proven guys, and it was a slow go the first 2 or 3 games. Plus, when you add the offensive line, it was horrible.
I know they say about the Colts, but it just said that P.J. Walker is starting this week, even if Baker Mayfield or Darnold is healthy. You know, I mean, it's just weird reading that. He said, Drunk says, honestly, this might be the Colts' way of packing it up and taking for a QB. They could be trying. I mean, that could be the thing, but I hope not. I don't think it's smart to do that when you're still in contention for your division.
Because I mean you're only a game out, and the other thing is
he said Colts want Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. I'll be honest with you, and them guys are good, but I'm real high on that Hooker from Tennessee. I like that Tennessee quarterback. If we could get him, I think that'd be a good pickup.
Because I think it's an awful shame to waste I really think our defense is top 10 defense, and maybe even a top 5.
I don't think they're tanking. I think that they believe that Ellinger's going to give them a better chance than what Matt Ryan's doing right now. I think it comes down to Frank Reich trying to save his job. He's doing whatever he can, making a change, hoping it sparks the team,
pans out,
and maybe spark some chemistry, and they get going. Because I think he knows that if not, he's gone. And it could be like you said, it could be Chris Ballard going with them.
Yep.
I mean, he does. That's what happened. Well, look what happened last time. We got rid of Polian, Caldwell, and everybody. It's like, why?
And I didn't like that. Well, I didn't like them getting rid of Caldwell when they did, because I know they had a 2-14 record or whatever, but you didn't have a backup quarterback, and Peyton couldn't play.
Yeah. And then they brought in Orlovsky, and he won those last 2 games. They almost missed out on getting Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
and they won with those games. He said Hooker is projected about 2nd round. Yeah, I've heard that New Orleans wants him. He said Hooker is nice, but he just gives me only good in college vibes. Yeah, and you never know. I mean, a lot of people didn't think Josh Allen would pan out, and you never know if Hooker will pan out or if C.J. Stroud. You never know. But I Hooker's impressed me. Hopefully he does pan out wherever he goes. Yeah, that the Colts, and see that I agree with that. That would be a decent move by the Colts if they could do a trade and get DJ Moore. That'd be a good receiver to put with Pittman. And if the guy, I would be happy with that move. I'm not saying he's the star, but he's a guy that can make plays. Yes. And then they're not going to just be able to double team Pittman, and it'll open up more for the rookie Pierce. I mean, yeah, it'd make their offense a lot more versatile. It really would. You got anything else before we get out of here?
Nope, I'm good.
Don't forget, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. At Gonzo Sports Room and at the ASAP Sports Network. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room and at All Sports All Plays. I'll be live tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, with Gonzo and the Judge Sports Talk. Me and sports judge Jonathan Mathis. Our weekly show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern. You can find it live at Gonzo Sports Room and at the All Sports All Plays. So come join us tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern. We'll break down all the NFL games or recap the NFL weekend, talk Major League Baseball playoffs, and we'll talk some NBA. So join us tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern for that. And then tomorrow we have Easy Money, a sports betting show at 3 o'clock. Picks done real good over the weekend. I was 10-2 in my UFC picks. On Friday night, my picks were 4-1. I had 1 baseball pick right and 3 NBA games right. And then on college football on Saturday, I was 2-1. And then NFL on Sunday, I gave out 3 picks and I was 1-2. So NFL wasn't great, but everything else done real well. So join us 3 p.m. Eastern for Easy Money, a sports betting show, Monday through Friday. We have a big interview on Wednesday with the Dirty Birds Pro Wrestling Tag Team. You don't want to miss it. This show, it's going to be electric. These guys have a great following, the flock, and I know they're going to be in the chat. They'll be in the chat. There'll probably be some other people getting the chat. So I expect it to be an awesome interview tomorrow. So come join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern for that. And I'm ready for Sunday.
Yep.
See what the offense looks like with the.
I imagine we're going to be doing a watch along Sunday, so 4 or 5.
Yeah. But we'll, because I'm excited to see what our offense looks like with the Sam Ellinger running it compared to what it looks like with Ryan. We'll see. What we'll find out is we'll find out if it was more Ryan's fault or if it was more Frank and the offensive line's fault.
Well, I just seen a thing where we had 9 interceptions, 11 fumbles.
Yeah.
We lost 3 of them. But anytime you fumble, you're losing yardage and stuff, even if you get it back. So, that's kind of nail in your coffin.
Yep. Yeah, turnovers. He, like I say, leads the league in fumbles. We appreciate everybody watching. This has been Horseshoe Talk. Come join us Mondays and Fridays, 6 p.m. Eastern. And we usually watch along for the Colts games on Sundays, so come join us for those. But we appreciate you watching, and we will see you guys on Friday. Have a great evening.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.